So number 47 is the one I was asked about, and its directions are find an equation of the line with slope m that passes through the given point. So when you have an undefined slope, that means you have a vertical line. And so if your vertical line passes through the point -2, 12, then the equation of that vertical line is x equals -2. So that's number 47. Then number 49 asks you to find an equation of a line that passes through the given points. So the first thing we need to do is find the slope. So it's the second y minus the first y over the second x minus the first x. So that's going to give me 6/3 or 2. And then I can use the point slope form of the equation of the line. And I'm going to use the point with both positive numbers. It doesn't matter which one you use. I'm going to have y equals 7. Y minus 7 equals 2 the slope times x minus 2. So then to write it in slope-intercept form, you can distribute the 2 and get 2x minus 4, and then add 7 to both sides and get y equals 2x plus 3. So that's the equation of the line that goes through those 2 points. So let's just take a moment and go to Desmos and look at what do these 2 points look like if I graph the 2 points. So there's -1, 1, and here's 2, 7. So I want the equation of a line that goes through those 2 points. So once I get my answer, y equals 2x plus 3, I'm going to check it and make sure that that line does indeed go through those 2 points. So Desmos is a great tool for checking your results. Okay, then the next one I was asked about was number 77. So I like to make charts for these kind of problems. It's saying that in 2011, so I'm going to have a column for the year and what percent of the market they had, percent of the market. So in the year 2011, they had 5% of the market. And in the year 2015, they had 23% of the market. Well, this problem, they're trying to help you by saying the percentage of the handbag market is the Y, and X is years after 2000. So X is going to be 11 and 15. It's how many years after 2000. And this is really common to not use these big 4-digit numbers in your computations, but to use years since some starting point so that you have smaller numbers to work with. So this is exactly like the problem we just did, where I have the point 11, 5 and 15, 23, and I want the equation of the line that goes through those 2 points. So I need the slope. It's going to be the second y minus the first y over the second x minus the first x. So that's going to be 18/4 or 4.5. So there's my slope. And then arbitrarily, I'm going to use the 11/5. It doesn't matter which point you use, you'll get the same equation of the line. So I'm going to have y minus 5 equals the slope of 4.5 times x minus 11. Then I'm going to distribute my 4.5 and get 4.5x minus 49.5. So then I'm going to add 5 to both sides and get y, the percent of the handbag market that Michael Kors has, equals 4.5x minus 44.5. So this is the equation that relates years since 2000 to the percent of the market. Okay, so that's the first part of the question. Then the next part says, what was the percentage of the market that they had in 2013? So the year 2013 is going to correspond to an X value of 13. So I'm going to use my formula and say, what is Y when X equals 13? And using my calculator, I get 14% of the market in 2013. Okay, and then part C asks you to use the equation in a different way. It gives you the percent of the market, so this is the Y, and asks you to find the year, the X. So it says, when will it be 30? So you put 30 in for the Y, and you don't know what the X is. You're going to solve for when does that happen. So you're going to add your 44.5 to both sides. Get 74.5 equals 4.5x. Divide both sides by 4.5. And you get that x equals about 16.6. But it asks for the first full year, and this is going up each year. And so you would round up to 17 and say in the year 2017 is when they would have at least 30% of the market share. Okay, so problem 79 is very similar. And again, I would make a chart to collect my information. And they say a year. So I'm going to have a column for year 2010. And then I'm going to have average annual cost is $3,500. Then in 2015, that was 5,000. So we're trying to find an equation Y, that the Y is the average annual cost, and the X is years after 2000. So again, I'm going to make a separate column for X that's going to have smaller numbers than the year of years since 2000. So I need a slope of my line, so I'm going to have the second Y minus the first Y over the second X minus the first X. And I'm getting 300 for that. Then I'm going to use, I'll use the point 10 comma 3,500 for my point slope form. So I'll have Y minus 3,500, only 2 zeros, equals M the slope 300 times X minus 10. Okay, then I can write it in slope-intercept form by doing a little bit of algebra here. Y minus 3,500 is 300x minus 3,000. So then I'm going to add 3,500 to both sides and get Y equals 300x plus 500. So this is the equation that relates X years after 2000 and tells you how much the employee's annual cost is. So then the B part says, what was the average annual cost in 2014? So 2014 is going to be when X is 14. So I want to know, what is Y when X is 14? And I'm getting 4,700, and this is in dollars. So make sure you're paying attention to when are you talking about dollars and when are you talking about years. So then the C part says, when are the costs more than 6,000? What will the year be? So this is, what is X when Y is 6,000? Okay, so we're going to have y be 6,000. And we want to know what is the x value when that happens. So I'm going to subtract 500 from both sides and get 5,500 equals 300x. Divide both sides by 300 and get x is about 18.3. So we round it up because we're increasing every year and we want to know the year when it's at least 6,000. So we're going to round this up to 2019 and say in 2019 costs will exceed 6,000. So let me know if you have any more questions.